Okay guys, I just wanted to do a quick little demonstration thing here showing the sorts of things that you can do if you are a night level backer, the $2 backer and have the Photoshop documents, or if you are just an incredibly enterprising thrift person with access to Photoshop. Um, so I just finished composing, kind of breaking apart the uh, Rustic Village map into its component building pieces and expanding on some of them and kind of finishing sketching ones that you couldn't see the entire building. And anyway, I broke it up. So I was thinking that I would add into the 31 or 32 piece PNG pack perhaps a color modified version, but this is also going to just demonstrate how you guys can do this if you want to, or if you want to make a night version, which maybe I'll end up doing it in the future. But as you guys know, I flat in all my colors, and with a piece like this, there are a whole lot of flats and a whole lot of different line art layers. Like that one you can barely see, but like this is the buildings one, and I've disabled the masks that I originally used to hide the line art. Um, but not very difficult to break things apart if you know your way around. But the quick and easy way to do something like this would be to go down here. You find all the roof flats, and I've laid these in three parts. I've got the base color layer, the one highlight layer, and then an additional highlight layer of a slightly brighter tinge to kind of really bring out the highlights in the roofs while being kind of neutral and subtle. I don't want like a super sharp light source. But just say I wanted to have this town be blue. I could open up the color picker and maybe move it from the orange up to kind of a, let's do like a kind of a dark blue, but not too saturated. And I'll do about the same thing for these. You can of course pick any one you want. I'm just kind of eyeballing this kind of quick and dirty here, but you can do it this way. Um, and sometimes I'll mess around here, and I kind of like that. That kind of has a nice energy to it. Maybe that might be a little bit too intense. Something like that. And now all your pieces are blue. Now this is a Photoshop document, so you'd still have to split them all up into PNGs if you want all the individual pieces, but I'll probably do that. But while I'm here, maybe I'll make some adjustments. Like instead of this white stone, even though I really like it, maybe I'll do it kind of a blue stone. So here's all my three stone colors: the flat, the mid-range, and the highlight. And I'm gonna make these, let's do these kind of a brick red. And once again, showed this in my video before, but it can be super handy um, if you want to do the mid and highlight ranges. You could like lay in the base color, then you just click it with the color picker and adjust it. And I usually go just like one bubble up and to the left for the highlights. And for the high range, you can just now pick this one and go, oops, I think I picked the wrong one. That one, and then just go one up, maybe a little bit higher. And this is pretty quick and dirty, but it's going to give you a basic idea of how you could do it. I'm not sure how I feel about that actually. I kind of don't like that. Maybe let's do, and we'll just kind of monkey around here and try to find one that I might like a little bit better. I kind of like the brownish. It's kind of a warm brown. Let's see how we feel about that. Excuse me. Oh man. Every time the seasons change, boys, my allergies start acting up. Yeah, that's okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And then for these walls and stones, I mean, you can do it with all kinds of things. I've got the foundation stones in here. These are like the stones that actually touch the ground. You could change those. You could change the walls here. That's the base color of the walls, and then the highlight color for the walls. And I can make them like more of a pale white quite easily. I'm just going to do a quick and dirty here. That shows you that. If you are so inclined, or you want to add your own shadows or tinker with these a little bit more, you can always either add your own. If you just want to add stuff, you can make a new layer here and pick our paintbrush tool and pick our pencil brush. That's the one that I use, and I used a 10 on this one per diameter, but of course that's gonna change depending on your brush. But you can get in here and add in I don't know, let's just take this building here and say we want some windows. Can add a few more windows in, pretty easy. And let's actually say that we want a balcony on this one. So if you really want to just add straight over top, that's one of the easiest ways. Of course, you can always go into the files and find the correct piece of line art for it. But just for demonstration purposes, for what I think most people are going to be interested in, I'm just going to show you how to do a real quick and dirty job here. And what I'm actually going to do, I just made this new layer. Let's call it balcony. And I think I'm just going to make a new fill layer, pick a solid color, and I'm going to choose kind of a woody type of color. I'm going to put that under the balcony. I'm also going to hit Control A, select the whole thing, because as we know, flats, when you make a new fill layer, it fills the entire thing in. But this way I can just select the mask, and I already went through this to some degree on my other video that's either on my YouTube channel or directly on the Patreon. I think it's linked on my Patreon, and I'm just going to use any paintbrush. I use the hard round pressure size for most of my like color flatting, so I'm just going to kind of fill this in here. Now, of course, I do have wood layer fill layers for wood already in the document. But if you just want to do a real quick and easy one, you can just add it right in, and that will be fine. And now we've got a little balcony on that particular building, and I can continue to add in stairs or whatever. If I want to add in more color layers and I want them to be on top of what's already there, because you're just adding new bits to what I've already got, you can just work directly above all this line art here. And I try to keep it organized, but I find that with a work like this where I want you guys to have maximum customization options, I can't simplify things too much. I could put all the line art on one layer. And if you wanted to do that, you thought that would be nice, you can very easily just grab all the line art and merge layers. I'm not going to do that because I think that people might want to be able to pick out the individual bits and bobs that I've drawn, or maybe just grab one building's line art, like that one there. Oh, that's that one. To work on different ones themselves or make some more permanent changes. But yeah, anyway, this gives you just kind of a brief overview of the sort of thing that you can do if you've got the Photoshop documents and you want to customize your town a little bit more to your specific liking. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy.